What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gunner here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City from the second season of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. Now, this is a new form of the Gundam Gusion Rebake, and it actually looks pretty cool with a bit of uniqueness to it, because when I was looking at the Gundam Gusion Rebake, the original one, it feels like it doesn't have any uniqueness to it because it feels too similar to the Barbatos, even though the gimmicks are vastly different, but it just feels so similar to the Barbatos. But this, it has entirely new armor as the lore suggests. So, with retaining some of the signature gimmicks, it is entirely different in looks from the Gundam Barbatos. So, it kind of has like a darker crust brown than the predecessor, and it actually looks pretty cool in this scheme because the original one sorta has like this kind of a yellowy hue to it now that I see this. So the color scheme on top of the orange and white and also the black and gray, it is vastly an improvement. But stickers, although the stickers are not like futile because they bring out every single detail, it is a vast amount. So let's start with the head. The head, you have two of these white pieces, and then the scope, which looks pretty darn awesome, and then the separate eyes, and then the mouthpiece. And then the shoulders, you have front and back orange arrow stickers, and fine. And you have the white one that wraps around, and then the white coming down here, the circle here, and then two stickers on either side. And then the waist, you have these black stickers for thrusters. And then on the feet, you have orange stickers for the armor, and one beige one right down here, and then two beige ones at the side. And obviously the white one over here on the subarms. So it is like a very vast amount of stickers, but they do not bring out all the detail, unfortunately. The orange you're seeing here on the chest and the legs are not there originally. So I had to color it in with my orange Gundam marker. So stickers are vast and can bring out detail, but you still need some coloring apps to make it totally accurate. So for the articulation of this guy, the softbox just decided to change the terrain there. So the head can go up and down, forwards and back, rotate. The arms can rotate and they can come out, but visually it doesn't seem very much because of the thick armor that comes out. So although it still has the same articulation, yeah, it doesn't look like that much. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that. So the arms can rotate here, they can go out, and they have a single jointed elbow, a ball jointed wrist, a hinge at the torso, and then a ball jointed stomach. Front skirts can move, side skirts can move, back skirt doesn't move. The legs can go forward and back separate from the waist, and then he can go forwards, not that far, backwards, pretty far if you consider the angle, and then go out that far, rotate at the hip, a double jointed knee, and then the foot. These pieces can move up and down, the toe can move up and down, they can bend side to side just the same, and then they can rotate here. And then the backpack, these binder pieces can move, and the entire trunk can move in and out and up and down, although it's really tight, which is a good thing, so it would not go out of position. So articulation of this guy is actually pretty good for someone this size. For accessories, let's start off with the actual gimmicky things. So you have the aiming mode head, which is over here. Sorry for hitting the softbox though, but the aiming mode head actually looks pretty cool now that I see it in person, because with the circular scope over here, it just feels like it has a mono eye. So the full city technically has a third eye, if I say it in that way. So you can just interchange, and it doesn't look half bad. But stickers are still vast. So you still have the two horns over here, you have the scope, you have the black mouthpiece down here, and then you have the orange weavings, which are rotated and collapsed. But I won't use this for displaying how good it may be. And then you have the piece of armor that fell off. Is the scissor variable rear armor. Because the joint, I sprayed it with gloss and it still didn't stick that well, so yeah, I just decided to let it be. So it is the shield that people are anticipating. So the handle is over here, and what you need to do to make it hold it is to take out the hand cover. But yeah, it's still the same principle as the Barbatos Lupus. But now the handle has like a rough texture, so it holds it extremely tight, so it will not go out of position when you don't want to. I take that back. If you add a bit of force, and of course just lock the hand in. But the main feature of this piece of armor is the scissor mode. So let's take this off, and then what you need to do is to flip up these beige pieces all the way up, and when click it in, you may not hear it click every single time, but you will feel that it clicked in. And then just pull out the handles, and now you can access the scissor features, or probably like more of a hedge trimmer. So what you need to do is to bring in these slanted manipulators so that it can hold it more easier. So what I like to do is to put the hand like this in and then rotate it to like kind of feed through the handle, and then just close the hand back up. It's kind of tedious to set up and it may wear off the hand covers, but it's all worth it when the effect is in play. So we should interchange the hands. Yeah, and open up the scissors, why not? And now the Rebake can trim some hedges as a joke, but it can actually crush mobile suits. So that's pretty cool. And if you point the arms in and out, it can actually access the scissor features on its own, technically. So this piece of armor is pretty versatile, and yeah, it is pretty good in functionality. So the final thing is the sub arms. Now the tracking of this is kind of more sophisticated because, well, the Gundam Gusion Rebake is just slide down, but this obviously you have to open it up, extend it, and that is already usable because the entire arm is exposed. You can rotate it and stuff, and then you need to slide the arm diagonally to fully deploy it. So the tracking is still a bit sophisticated, but it is actually worth it. And thanks to the thin silhouette of the arms, you can still use it by not sliding it, so you can rotate it without it even be fully deployed. So that is some versatility there. So the arms can rotate, and then it has a double jointed elbow. Yeah, use it from the side, and then it has a ball jointed wrist, which is very, very tight. I do not want to move it. And then you have like kind of like a ratchet joint over here. but you do not have any accessories for it to hold because it doesn't have any guns. So I borrowed the rifle from the Gusion Rebake, and yeah, you can hold it in this hand just fine, but you cannot hold it like practically in the main arms. So if you even get 4 Gusion Rebakes, it's gonna kinda pointless anyway, because the Gusion Rebake Full City cannot hold these rifles practically in the main arms. So still, disappointingly, you cannot create the full effect, even though if you have 4 Gusion Rebakes for this guy to have 4 guns. Final thing that I remember while I was talking is the knuckle guards inside. Now, the wiki said that there are rocket launchers inside, but I don't think it's accessible, so what you need to do is not take off the entire thing, but rather take off the exterior armor and reveal this. So these hand covers have kind of like a special design where the sides are indented. So if you take this piece out, which is kind of larger than the hand cover, I lose this once and I found it within 5 minutes. So with the kind of detail pointing out, and these 2 pieces kind of form like a clip around the hand cover. So now he can make his enemies take a harder punch from him. So that's kind of a neat feature for actual fist-to-fist combat. But of course the plastic wears off over time, so I recommend do not like access this feature too much if you really have something to reinforce it. So that is literally all the accessories for the Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City. Now, for some comparisons, let's compare it to its companion, the Gundam Barbatos Lupus. Well, camera angles. So the Barbatos Lupus is kind of like lower down because of the legs, but if you stand it up straight, it would be towering over the Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City. And of course, we should compare it to its predecessor, the Gundam Gusion Rebake. You can see like the actual brown is different and the orange is kind of like deeper. Like every single color is like darker on this thing. And of course some coloring errors over here because I bought the wrong marker. And it just kind of feels like extremely unique because this is kind of reusing the Barbatos armor. So that is the review of the Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City. Now, what do I think of this? Well, it just pops with the uniqueness, and it is actually an improvement. And I actually like the head more on this without the falling weavings than the original Gusion Rebake. So overall cosmetics, it's actually pretty good. Gimmicks, pretty good. But one disappointing fact: no rifle was provided. But anyways, with disappointments apart, that is going to be the review of the Gundam Gusion Rebake Full City. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more gaming videos, model reviews, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to Ultra Prime, Ace of Videos, and Pure Percentage, which is the former Focus in Gaming, if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.